Yo, 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 what is up? This is No Border Sports. I am No Crypto, and this is my co host, Waruna.
Welcome everyone to another episode of No BS. So let's start. Here you go. So it's a lot to talk about. We just finished the season. Not the NFL season, 49ers season. Lot to talk about. So let's jump right into it with the topic today, Jimmy Garoppolo. We are just going to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, everything. Just no BS. So the first topic, is there a chance that Jimmy comes back next year? Ryan, you can start, then I'll jump in.
So, yes, there's a chance. Is it that probable? Probably not. But, there's who knows? Who knows with this team, with this upper management as far as ownership, what goes on here. But no, I think he's gone. I think Grant was saying around March or yeah, late March or so, he'll be gone. I don't know a time frame. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it'll go before the draft or after. Probably before though, just because there's not that much talent supposedly in the draft. And I say supposedly because you never know until, a year afterwards or, who's actually talent, who has the talent or not. The diamond in the roughs, you don't see them until afterwards. The Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, they don't pop up right in the beginning. But yeah, I
Yeah.
I
Yeah. So my take on this, Ryan, is that I would change the statement a bit. Should there be a chance that Jimmy comes back next year? Why I say this is during the playoffs, there was probably only one quarterback who was worse than Jimmy. That was Ryan Tannehill, your favorite. Other than that, all these quarterbacks, they were good. At a particular time of during the playoffs, their wins, they contributed to their team's victories. They were not get carried by their team. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if Jimmy Garoppolo comes back, I'm okay. But if the intention of the front office, the 49er fan base, is to win some regular season games and just go into the playoffs and have maybe win one or two games and just come back home empty handed. Because if you want to win a Super Bowl and you are going with Jimmy Garoppolo, that is like you are planning to pull a bank robbery with a 16-year-old kid with a learner's permit as your getaway driver. That's Jimmy
yes,
Garoppolo,
it's a
right?
very good analogy.
So
That's a
that's the
very good
thing.
analogy.
So that's the thing, because you are going to end of the day something is going to go wrong, and you are just ended up worrying about, oh, what the hell just happened. Because I saw 49 fans being emotional for what Jimmy did and all that. So I'm going to write an article later addressing all these things. But people said, oh, prior to his ACL injury, Jimmy Garoppolo, he could move, he was good, blah blah blah. But you need to understand this: if that quarterback got injured and that resulted in affecting his performances uh, in games, that means he should go, because there is no way we can't go back to 2017 or 18 and bring back that pre-injury Garoppolo. He is not coming there. So we this is a cold business. This is a cold our uh, target is to win Super Bowl. So we have to make, end of the day, just let the players that who are not performing, let them go. Keep our emotions aside, set them aside, and have a players that we can rely on, who are going to carry this team to a championship. So that's why I changed the statement. Should there be a chance? I said there shouldn't be a chance for Jimmy Garoppolo to come back next year. If they do, that's one of the most arrogant, and I don't know, I would say just that one of the most arrogant decisions will be taken by this front office.
So yes, and this is why. If there was a whole bunch of non-talent on this team, sure, bring Jimmy back. Have a crap season. Let's get good draft picks and let's move on. But that's not the case. We've given away all our first rounders for Trey Lance. And Jimmy, we have a lot of talent on this team. So even with Jimmy, let's say, you're trying to tank with Jimmy, you're trying to, be a Dolphins owner and you're paying Jimmy to tank, you're still going to win games. You're still going to win games and you're not going to tank as you wish. So it's not like there's no reason to keep a quarterback that hinders you when you've got everyone around you who is trying to push, even with him on your team, is trying to push you over the edge and to win. So
Yes,
you need to somebody who opens up the field, the playbook, and unlocks talent of other players on the field. And Jimmy doesn't really do that. One thing I like about Jimmy is at times he's very good at hitting people on the run very quickly. And that
yes,
is very nice at certain times. But I need a deep throw every once in a while.
yeah, every once in a while. Yes, I think today I was just before coming here, I was listening to Jesse. Jesse made a great point about Jimmy Garoppolo. He said the last game, the throw he made to Brandon Ayuk, we all were like, "Oh wow, Jimmy's he's on his stride today. He's on his rhythm and whatnot." But what he said is, if there was another quarterback made the same throw, like Matthew Stafford or Mahomes or whatever the quarterback, Joe Burrow, for instance, made that throw, we wouldn't even notice it because that's a throw the good quarterback supposed to make. But we are
It's a
down to a
given.
level.
It's a given
Yes,
for
it's a
players.
given.
Yeah.
Yes, but we are down to a level. We are going to accept. Oh, Jimmy made that throw. What a fantastic throw! So I think that's the situation we are in. So that's all comes down to this. So that's why I think, as we discussed, there should not be a situation that Jimmy Garoppolo comes back and keep holding this offense back for one other year. Because today I just checked another stat for an article. 49ers 2021 season, 24 points per game in offense. That is 15th in the entire league. 15th. 49er defense, 20.6 points per game. They given 5th in the NFL. But 49ers say Kyle Shanahan is offensive genius and Jimmy Garoppolo is clutch. I just close my case.
Yep. So
Okay.
I want to speak to E. Kim's point here. I don't know if this is a mistake because essentially what you described is the definition of insanity. Making the same, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Yes.
But yes, very
Yes.
very valid. Very valid.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yes. And
Yes,
we're actually gonna
exactly.
talk talk a little bit
Only
more.
thing that you can say
Yep.
is that Ryan Tannehill was much worse during that period. I would say he was much worse, Ryan Tannehill,
He
compared
only
to
got
Jimmy.
he only got one game to be
One
bad.
game, yes, that's
Jimmy,
true. Yes,
like I'm sure he would have, if he could have got through that game, I'm sure he might have had a better game the
better
second game.
games,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yes,
But maybe not by much. Maybe a lot better. Tannehill, I think, is a better quarterback than Jimmy. But
true.
yeah,
Yeah, but see, yes. So let's jump on to our next topic. Where will Jimmy Garoppolo go? So should I take this
So
one and coming to you?
you know what? You can go ahead first.
Okay. So I mean, I'm just watching now. There are people say multiple destination: Denver, Pittsburgh. Then what's the other place? Miami. Now
Miami.
let me take Denver. Why should Denver trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? AFC West, Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr. Why are you going to trade for a quarterback who is going to be the worst or the fourth best quarterback in your division? You are going to meet Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders twice the season, and next year they are supposed to play. AFC West is going to meet NFC West, so you are basically going to play against, I mean, the teams. I mean, Seattle, all that. So what's the point? Especially given the Garoppolo's the number contract, $27 million. So yes, exactly. What's the point? Then
Yeah.
let's go. Yes. Then let's go to other situation. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes. Why should Mike Tomlin need Jimmy Garoppolo as the quarterback? Your division now already has Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. Not sure how well Baker Mayfield gonna turn out to be next year, but still, if Mike Tomlin wants to win a Super Bowl, is he the right guy? Or he would rather wait maybe another year having a bridge quarterback and try to get a draft a better quarterback in 2023 because this draft class is not the best one for quarterbacks.
Well,
Then
not
others,
you've already got Rudolph who's been in the system. You just drafted Najee Harris.
yes,
Rudolph can hand off the ball. You know what I
yes,
mean? He can hand off the ball like you would expect Jimmy to do. You know what I mean? You could hold him in the same regards of passing. You know, you're still on the edge of your seat every time he drops back, but you know, it is what it is. You know, so what's the sense of him going there?
yeah. Because if you think of the division as well, because Browns have a very good defense. Then Ravens have a good defense. So those defenses, when you stop the run, then Jimmy is done. If you stop the run, then Jimmy is done. If you force him to pass, Jimmy is done. So that's the thing. Other position, Miami. I don't see a reason for Miami to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, leaving out Tua. I mean, I'm not sold on Tua, but I still believe then they have a defense and they can make a different trade. They can still go for a different path rather than going for Jimmy. So the team that I think makes sense is Washington. NFC East, I see since that playoff game, I'm not going to believe on how about them Cowboys, right? So NFC East, it's an open race. Eagles, I don't respect them that much. Respect in the sense, I don't think they are that good. So just a dog fight. So Jimmy Garoppolo can be in there. They have a reasonable, reasonably well equipped defense. So Jimmy can make some throws here and there. So I think Washington is my pick. That makes sense.
I like what first thing. Oh, he's talking about Washington or Houston. I think Houston might also be another. It depends. So Houston used to be a big, huge rushing team. You know, they used to love to run the ball, and uh, I believe that they could use someone him like a Ryan Tannehill. You know what I mean? As long as they get an explosive back. I just think that, yeah, I was saying like, yeah, there's a lot of places that don't like Big Ben. Not only could he throw the ball, but he was gritty. He was tough. He was a bear to tackle. Um, So what up, what up, Amin?
It I mean 2000 subs.
To 1,000, you left off a zero.
Oh,
He's already
I
got
think
100
that.
subs.
Yes, you go ahead, Ryan. I'll get that
Yeah.
corrected.
No, I think Houston's another think. I think Washington's another good idea. Um, I still think they should try and roll with Heineke. You know what I mean? The guy's got spirit. He's a little, but I don't think it's going to pan out. But who knows? It could.
I mean, let me stop you there. I mean, that's a part of the reason. I mean, it's okay for us fans to be make decisions on emotions. Like he got the spirit. He has this intangible. But the front officers, they need to be make cold business decisions. That's why I got even mad at 49ers starting Jimmy this year because for us fans, it's okay. For someone to say, yeah, we want Jimmy, we want Heineke for Washington fans, but whatever. But I think there should be a distinction that the front officers should make the best decision for the organization, not based on emotions. So that's why I'm not sold on Heineke as well. I think Jimmy would be better than Heineke in that sense.
I I don't know. Yeah, it's just the problem is that contract that last year and doing something applicable and how much he's willing to play ball. And you know what? He wants to go to a team that wants to win. Well, Washington wants to win. You know, they do. I also think Houston wants to win. You know what I mean? Like they might not be, as well apt to do it as Washington. Is it the Commanders? The Washington Commanders? I don't like that. But anyway, um yeah, I think it's he's probably better suited in Washington. But I'm just saying, like, yes, no emotional things. I'm not willing to count. It's not an emotional thing. I'm just not with Heineke. I'd take like a crapshoot. You know what I mean? Like it's a roll in the dice. I'd probably give it one more year, figure out what's going on, and then figure it. Leave it after that. Just like with like the Raiders, they should have kept that head coach and they should have let him go for another year, but then they went and fucked it up.
Yes, yes, that's true. The only thing is, I believe most of these trade destinations that Jimmy is looking for, the win now situations or the Super Bowl window, that organization might double guess it. They would think like, okay, for I mean, think
Wait,
about it.
wait.
49ers
Jim,
had a
Jimmy
winning
doesn't.
situation.
Jimmy doesn't get to talk about Super Bowl windows with teams that he's going to. Okay,
Exactly
that's
my point.
not on the table. You had your
Yes,
chance here, homie. You know what
yes,
I mean? It's not
yeah,
like you get gifted this. You're gonna have to start from ground zero again. And if you got what it takes, then you can make it happen again. If not, you can just go off into mediocrity for the rest of your life. You know what I
yes,
mean? You want a
yes,
gold
exactly.
jacket? Here's your chance. You got a know nothing team. Start from the ground up, and you can go get yourself a gold jacket like this, or you can just go off to eternity.
Yeah, I think for the most time that will eventually happen. I mean, Jared Goff went to the Lions. Jared Goff with Sean McVay, his record was 42 and 20, almost similar to Jimmy. I think statistically it was better than Jimmy's record, as far as I remember. Very close.
Yeah.
But look what has happened over Lions. He's not winning games. He doesn't have that the support, the other players, the coaching, and he's just struggling over there. So that I think that would be the most I think what do you say reliable outcome that is going to happen. So let's address our next topic. I think Kim also asked about this Mike McDaniel's situation with Miami. What do you think, Ryan?
Um, I don't think anybody should be the head coach of Miami till they get the things straightened out. The Brian Flores situation, which we're gonna speak on tomorrow, so I don't want to get into too much. There's a lot of things that are concerning over there, and I don't know if anybody wants to be a coach over there. With the reports of them paying to lose, I'm sorry. That is not any kind of culture. Anybody who is good enough to bring a team around and build them up is going to ever want to be in. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
it's
yeah.
smart. Especially
Yeah.
everybody's talking about, oh, Mike, go there and trade Jimmy for a first, and that's just idiotic. That's silly. Um,
Yeah.
who's to say he even wants Jimmy? Like, maybe he wants to do something other than plan run or draw up run schemes. You know what I mean? Maybe he
Yes.
wants to do some passing plays and he can't. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So, and to say that he's worth a first is just idiotic. And then how much do we have to pay off his salary for that? Because essentially, if you're getting a first, you're buying the first out of his contract. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Which I could be okay with. So other, what else do we have on here? Yeah,
Yeah.
I might want to talk about something. Oh,
Yeah.
yep,
I mean,
we'll
just
talk
let's
about that
just
later.
finish that topic. So basically, Mike
Yeah,
McDaniel's situation.
what do you think about Mike McDaniel going
I
there?
mean, I I mean, I would respect his end of the day, it's his decision, but I would really hope he does not go there. Maybe wait out for a better opportunity given the situation what is happening. And the first thing I have a I have to say that from no BS, huge respect to Brian Flores for what he did. He basically risked his career. I mean, given this things that we know of happening in NFL, he might never get a chance to be a head coach or coach any coaching job in the league. That
Where he might be really good? New Orleans.
yeah, but the thing is, what
You know what I mean? Because he's a man. He's a man's man. He's a leader of men. That's the perfect dude to go down. And well, man, who wants to go down there and deal with all that cap?
yes. So, but anyway, huge respect to him because
Yes.
he had the balls to come out and say out loud, this is what is happening, so I'm going to take some action. Because most of us, even though sometimes we see things happening that's unjust, we just stay away thinking that okay, it might hurt me, that if I go on public and try to challenge an organization that is worth of billions of dollars, and the public opinions and all that. But uh, that man has guts to go out there and do this thing. So I have nothing but respect for what he
Anytime
is doing.
somebody, anytime somebody potentially takes food out of their mouth for the betterment of other people, it's it's something to be respected. Just saying.
Yes, yes. So what can the 49ers get for Jimmy G?
Okay. So I've heard fourth, I've heard second, and I've heard first. Um, fourth or third, I would say, as far as a trade pick. But I'm wondering, can we wheel and deal here? Can we wheel and deal here? Can we lump Jimmy in with maybe another player to get an even better player? So
Okay.
like I think Greenlaw and Aziz, their contracts are coming up. So
Okay.
so one thing you could do is you could extend Greenlaw, and then you could trade Aziz. I
Hmm.
don't necessarily want this to happen. I'm just putting a hypothetical out there because you know, it's nice having all three of those gentlemen on the team to be able to step in at any moment to play any role that they need to. But at the same time, if you've got it like that and you've got success at bringing guys in and training, coaching them up, why not start taking advantage of that? Why not start, bringing a guy in who's, a fourth round pick and coaching them up till they are worth, somewhere like a second round pick, and you lump Jimmy in with it, and then boom, you got yourself a first round pick, or somebody who you wouldn't be able to reach as far as get, without having to give, the first round pick for.
Yeah. But I would agree with Kim. I mean, yes, I would too. I would too. But maybe with some entries and desserts, not just for the yeah. Yes, basically full course. Yes,
And a little bit of bacon jelly.
true, true, true.
Have you ever had bacon jelly?
Not a big bacon fan.
Oh, no. This isn't really like, okay, so what you do is you take a whole bunch of onions, you cook them
Okay,
down over hours until they're almost black, and you cook them down in like bacon grease, and then you like add the bacon back in and you kind of stir it in, so it's just like onions and bacon, and you just kind of put it over the top, and you kind of spread a little bit around and then cut it off, and you got onions and bacon with this.
oh, I see, I see.
Also put it on
Yeah.
some baked potato. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Never tried that. So, okay. I mean,
what a Jimmy and McGlinchey. Whoa, what about that trade?
uh, I would say this: if a team made, if if that was the team, I mean, at the receiving end of this, the team that I support, let's say, for example, let's say Houston, just a hypothetical, they make a trade for Jimmy plus McGlinchey for whatever the players we have, I would riot and I would protest until they fire the GM or the coach or whatever made the
Now,
decision.
now think about this. Now, you're this is the perfect duo. Okay? This is the perfect package deal. Okay? You're talking about an offensive right a tackle who's
Okay,
not a very good pass protector, right?
okay,
You got a quarterback who's not good at passing. Just
okay.
have Jimmy hand the ball off and have McGlinchey run block. You play them both to their strengths. Super Bowl. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, hard to agree with. Yeah. So, but okay. Now you said third, right? You said third. So I would also say third based on multiple reasons. Like for example, Alex Smith.
You could even get a second. You could probably because he's a starting quarterback. You know what I mean?
That's true. But let me argue
Low
differently on this,
second.
right? Right. Now let's say this is his second season. He was like, I mean, yes, he had injuries, but he this was his second full season that he played through entire season. He missed 1.5 games. Yes. At the beginning of the year, people said Jimmy Garoppolo will ball out because he is pushed back to the wall. Did he ball out? No.
No.
20 touchdown passes against 12 interceptions. He did not bowl out. We saw that during the playoff game, especially how hard he was struggling. Then people say Kyle Shanahan's playbook is so complex, blah blah blah. When he goes to his next team, he will just start enjoying being a quarterback, enjoy the game, and he will do it. I'll tell you this. What will change is the names of wide receivers, tight ends, or whatever the players that he is going to miss who are wide open. He missed George Kittle. I mean, I don't have to name the names, the each and entire player, the wide receiver or tight end, whatever that he missed even during the Rams game. Because right now, I mean, I agree that he's a starting level quarterback.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah,
So, so this is a copycat league, and already people are trying to copycat Kyle Shanahan. So, well, what up, Brandon?
Brandon,
What up? Check
thank you
out
so much.
Hockey Royalty. That's where you can find Randon talking about his Kings.
Yes, he did an episode yesterday with three other
Yes,
gentlemen.
yes. But where was I? Oh, what was I saying?
So you didn't let me finish. So let me finish,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You finish. Maybe I'll come back.
So as I said, the only thing that is going to be changed is the name
Yeah,
of the receivers or the uniform
yeah.
that he is going to miss. Because watching that game against Rams, playoff game, when he missed George Kittle during the first drive, I was like, you don't have to be a genius. You don't have to break down film just to see the mistakes this guy is doing. Because usually, to understand the mistakes
Uh,
made by a good quarterback or whatever the starting level quarterback, you have to go to that film background. Usually, what all 22 or whatever. But just on the screen, even without support from Troy Aikman or Tony Romo, you can see from your naked eyes, oh, this guy made a horrible mistake. So that's the state Jimmy Garoppolo is in. So I don't know how going to a different team or different playbook, whatever the scenario, going to help that, because he has been in this league for 8 years. We haven't seen enough improvement from him, because let's just be realistic. He was a second round draft pick. He was traded for a second round to 49ers. So he is going to be just Jimmy Garoppolo that we know throughout the years. So that's why I'm saying probably third. If somebody is really crazy, it might change. So final answer is third.
so, like I was saying, I remembered. So the playbook, it's too complex. If he stays in the league long enough, that playbook's going to come right back around him. What is everybody looking for in coaching and stuff like that right now? Everybody's looking for the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. And if they're not looking for a coach that was in this coaching tree, which is like obscene to me to just be like, oh, this is, how you're picking coaches because he worked with this one guy. No, what do they have? What do the creative stuff do they have? You're just getting somebody who's a copycat anyway, but it's going to come around, whether it's from somebody who coached in the tree or it's somebody who was like, oh man, we need to bring that to our offense because everybody else is doing it and it's working, so I have to do it too, or else I'm going to be looking like an idiot. You know what I mean? So it's going to come back around at some point. You know what I'm saying? 1 to 2 years, all these teams are going to have most of these plays, some of these concepts in their playbooks, and it's going to be a consistent part of their playbook.
Yes. And Pino is in the building, by the way.
Pinor, what happened to the red dot?
Yes, dot has
It
changed.
went away. I remember when it came back.
I mean, I agree with Brandon here, because basically, yes, Steelers can win with him, but not the Super Bowl until they find a long term solution. But I think Jimmy is thinking that he is going to go to a team that is ready to win the Super Bowl. So I think,
It's Steve,
I think,
Mike,
I think
Mike,
if
Mike Tomlin
I
doesn't
would,
want him.
yeah, I would,
And
I have an advice to Jimmy. Can I talk to Jimmy? Yeah.
yes,
Okay. Jimmy, listen. Think about this situation as you are going to ask out for you are going to ask a girl out. That girl, that Super Bowl winning team that you are expecting is like 10, and your quality of play is like probably 6, maybe 5. So it isn't a match. So go to a team that will give you another 3 to 4 years contract and make the money while you can. Because you had your chance over here. You had Kyle Shanahan, you had Debo Samuel this year. Got blasted. I
Debo
mean,
Samuel
before
3
the
years.
game, before the game against Rams, the playoff game, Debo came out publicly and said, "This guy, what Jimmy all does is win," and you repaid him with a hospital ball that got him almost killed. That's what you did. So please understand your capability, your limitations, and go to a team that accepts you for who you are. That's all I have to say.
Yep. Okay. Let's see what else we have. How much do you think Jimmy G is worth a year?
I would be okay if he worth 15 million. I would pay 15 for Jimmy.
15?
Yes, I would pay 15 for Jimmy because I rate him higher than Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton went for he was 8 million.
Yeah.
So, yes, 15 would
And
be fair
what's
enough.
Tannehill at?
Tannehill, I think he has a good contract. I think he has a better contract. I can check.
Yeah. I would like I think Jimmy is 11 to 13 all day long. 11 to 13 mil, and then I would give him like a good bonus if he got to the NFC Championship game. You know what I mean? Like you could give him like an extra mil bonus for the championship game and a mil bonus for the Super Bowl win. You know what I mean? Something like that, and that could up him to 15 mil. You know what I mean? But his regular salary, I wouldn't have over like 13 mil. I wouldn't, and like I would take next year, it'd be 13 mil, and then it'd be 12 mil the next year, and then it'd be 11 mil a year after that because I don't expect him to age very well and get better. So I think it's going to go down, and we're going to pay you up front because we need to do anything. You're going to be cheap later on.
Yes. And I was surprised. Ryan Tannehill, this year it's 29 million. I mean, if Tannehill makes 29, then I think it's fair for Jimmy to ask at least for 15.
Hey,
Just say.
he does have his NFC Championship runs and the Super Bowl run. So,
Yes.
well, the Super Bowl and one of the NFC Championships are the same, but he's made it
Yes.
to all the games. So,
Yes, that's true. So, I think, King says 10 million. So, yeah, I think probably around that. Let's agree to 10 to 15 mil. That would be the range for Jimmy if he goes to a team. So, we have one more topic left. So, yeah, Grant asked Kyle about Trevor's, whether Trey is ready. How do you feel about that? Do you think
yeah.
certainly Trey is ready?
So I think before we state with the oh god, 15 to 20 mil. Anyway, so the comment was oh
I, I,
yeah,
I, I think that's a fair assessment too. Given the situation, because still he falls within 15 to 20 in NFL if you rank the quarterback. So in that sense, I believe we have to agree with what Brandon says because yeah, in that sense, 50 to 20 is a fair price, I would say, because salary cap will also go up.
oh My bad.
I think some network issues. Yes, no worries.
You there? Okay. No, I accidentally sweeped up my phone. Okay. So start that again since we were talking about this. Trying to messing up my editing process.
Okay.
So Kyle was asked by Grant Cohn if Trey was ready, and Kyle says, "Oh yes, he's been ready. He's exactly what we thought he was." And my feeling is, oh, he's exactly what you thought he was, and he's ready. And you were sitting here, and we're limping through the playoffs with Jimmy. We've got a stagnant offense, and Trey Lance is ready. To me, like that's crazy talk. That's you didn't put your best foot forward in the playoffs. You didn't just to hold on to sentiment and have one last type of run. Like as an owner, how are you okay with that statement? Unless you're the
Yeah.
one that's driving that mission. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're the one behind it.
I think it was pretty crazy how it turned out to be because before the season began, Kyle was trying to just tell each and everyone. It was like Kyle just go out shopping and he would say, "Hey, you know what? I don't like Jimmy. I wanted Matthew Stafford. You know that. I wanted Matthew Stafford. I wanted Andy Dalton. I wanted this and that, Deshaun Watson, whatever it is. I don't want Jimmy, man." That what his behavior was. But throughout the season, it really changed. It was like, okay, uh, no, Jimmy is good. And even before the Rams game, he said Jimmy Garoppolo is the main reason. He said main reason that we are in this situation right now. We are in the championship game, which I don't agree because, as I said, the stats do not lie because Kyle Shanahan, the offensive genius, and Jimmy Garoppolo combined 49ers 15th points per game in the NFL rank, while defense fifth in the points allowed. That tells you the story. Basically, defense. I think Demico Ryans was the guy who carried this team with his defense. So, having said that, it means for some reason Trey Lance was not that. I wouldn't say quick enough, but he did not develop as the way Kyle expected. I think that's the only logical explanation because seeing everything, because even during the last press conference, Jimmy said that his shoulder, his thumb affected him. I mean, every throw, that's what he was saying. So he was basically saying, I was playing through the injuries and every injuries, and it had an effect. And now you have to wonder why you were willing to play your quarterback who you know have limitations, upon that who have now injuries, while you have someone who is a rookie but still a raw talent that can give some outside chance, because we saw what Trey Lance can do, especially during the Titans games, where when he threw that touchdown pass to Debo Samuel, that was fantastic. That's something we have never seen from Jimmy doing that kind of a play. So I am not sure what really went on. Probably we will never know what's the real reason that Kyle Shanahan decided to hold back Trey Lance, and I really don't buy his answer as well because there is no reason once you just finish the game, the championship game, and you just after you just lost it, Trey Lance is now ready to take over. There must have been something else going on, but we might never know.
Eh, It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. You know, it's like worse than the ineptitude of Jerry Jones. Like it's like the Dallas Cowboys fan base, his ineptitude and getting the right people in there. And as far as coaching, I think because there's a extreme amount of talent on that team. But as far as the coaching to get everybody in the right position and on the right page and doing the right stuff, that is the key. And Jerry doesn't do it right. And it's different than someone going, "Oh, we can do it," or we can try and do it this way and maybe we get it better, or we can maybe go all the way, or we can try and maybe we'll get something out of it. It's like you get something out of it both ways, and what you need to go for is the Lombardi Trophy, not for the first round pick for Jimmy G. That shit is
Yes.
ignorant.
Yeah, that's what I actually thought right after the game when we lost to Rams. 49ers wasted a year of Debo Samuel to pump up the value of a mediocre quarterback. That's what they did.
So, like, they're worried about a first round pick, right? Well, we've seen what can happen when players believe that a team is Super Bowl bound, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not saying that, people are going to go, Trey Lance is Tom Brady. You know what I mean? That's
Yes.
not the case. But Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and then you got an emerging Juwan Jennings, the run game, Kyle's run offense. You know what I mean? His passing schemes. You know what I mean? You've got all the great defense. You know what I mean? Stacked defense. You know what I mean? There is a way to get talented people on this team for cheaper than other teams because they're in a search of that ring. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
a lot of free agents at the end of their careers, that's what they're looking for because they haven't gotten it anywhere else.
Yes.
So,
The other thing is that 49ers did not waste a year of Trey Lance because Trey Lance is 21. He has time. But they wasted a year of George Kittle, Trent
yep,
Williams.
yep.
I mean, of
That
course, Debo.
Trent Williams is going to be big too, because that's going
Yes.
to be a big, huge hole to fill. And I don't know if Alfredo Gutierrez is going to be able to do that, but I know Alfredo's out there trying, and I love you, Alfredo. Glad they re-signed you.
Yeah. The reason is especially why I brought the name of Trent Williams, George Kittle. Trent Williams, we know he's not going to play entire season, all the 17 games or 20 games, whatever. He's going to miss games. Kittle is going to miss games. He back to back years, he had injuries and missed significant amount of time. So when you have that kind of players who are good, we don't know how well Nick Bosa is going to stay healthy next year. We don't know Debo is going to play another year like this, stay healthy and have kind of a MVP caliber season. So all these years was all these players, their effort just wasted for that whatever the draft pick or what they were thinking to pump up the value, or maybe they thought, okay, we have to do right by Jimmy. I don't know, whatever it is, they just wasted it on something which is not worthwhile.
Yeah, it, there's no sense in going down that road again. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. And other thing is, I was thinking like all these things that we try to do with Jimmy has given some false perceptions, image to 49ers. For example, now, if you ask from a 49er fan, what do you think your 49ers identity is, their strength is? They would say run game. We are a run first team. Why 49ers are a run first team? Why can't they be like Chiefs? Why can't they be like Bills? Because they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback who can pass. That's the problem. Otherwise, Kyle Shanahan is capable of getting people open up. They have
yeah,
receivers who can run. It's not like
Yep.
our receivers are not like I mean, this team pretends like our receivers, they want to stay close to the line of scrimmage because they don't want to leave their friends behind. They want to stay with their linemen and everyone. So they feel like, no, no, I don't want to run deep. It's scary over there. There are safeties, there are cornerbacks. So I don't want to be lost in that area. I will stay close to Jimmy. That's where I'm comfortable. No, that's not the reason. The reason is our identity, that run first. It's not a run first team. It's a myth because you cannot pass the ball because you don't have a deep quarterback
Well,
who can use that deep threat.
it is a run first team because the Kyle Shanahan and his father's system all work off of the play action, and you can't have the play action without the run. So you have to have that numbing run after run after run. It didn't look as crazy as it did back in the day when his dad was drawing up the plays, but it has evolved. And so now you've got all this you're going back and forth, looking at here and there. You don't know where it's going. So it's run first because that's what opens up the play action. And that's the play action is what gets the people open. So this system has to be a run first team. You know what I mean? It's not because we don't have a quarterback that can do it. That's the reason why we can't sustain drives and score consistently, is because he can't pass, because you can't run every single play or else they're going to stack the box and do all that. You know what I mean? That's how you kill them. They have to pick their poison. Either they stop you from going deep and you run on them all day, or they stop the run and you go deep on them. And that's how the philosophy of the scheme of this football is based on.
True, I agree on that, but what I'm saying is we shouldn't be limited to that image because there are much more possibilities if we have a quarterback who can use everything. Because right now it's like uh, every game that we are going to, our intention is to let Jimmy not pass more than 25 attempts. Um, we are really happy if Jimmy passes less than 25 attempts. If it is 20, we are super happy because we know then the more we run, we have a much better chance of winning. So
Yep.
that's the image we have. So I want to get rid of that. Because I'm saying that's a something image based on things that we are forced to do, but it shouldn't be like that. Especially as I think, let me brought up Kim's comment. The way NFL is changing, we have to have that deep passing game, and we shouldn't be just tied up to that run game alone to win games, like using Debo as a running
So
back.
So what you're going to see is when Trey Lance is able to throw that ball down the field, our 4 to 5 yard per rush average is going to go to like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? And that's because people are going to have to stay out and back. And so we'll still be running a lot of the time, but what'll happen is on 1st and 10, you know what I mean, on the 25 after getting the ball back, we might just go to the house on a play. You know what I mean? It's
Yes, that's true.
yes.
So
I
I
think
think,
what
yeah.
Minor brings up is that you know, we might, have more time to play with Trey and he'll be better than Jimmy, but we might not get like extra years with some of these players. And I felt that too, especially like George Kittle. I thought that was a wasted year, with George Kittle, Debo. Brandon Ayuk was in the doghouse all year. Like, yeah, thanks,
Yes.
Jimmy. Not only
Yes,
do you stifle our offense one way, but you stifle it another way.
I wanted to bring this comment up as well. What Pino said. I mean, Pino, all I have to say is that person, he's if we trade him to another organization, I mean, if we trade Jimmy, we should send this guy as well for his moral support because he's
Oh my
that bad.
God.
I mean, I saw a very funny, it's not a funny tweet because something he said earlier in 2020. He said there are no any data points that supports Tom Brady is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He says every data point points to Jimmy Garoppolo is the better one. That was in 2020 before the season started. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl and made it to playoffs the second year as well. While Jimmy Garoppolo is getting traded, replaced by a rookie quarterback. So still, this guy is trying to say, like, oh, it would be difficult to replace Jimmy Garoppolo, blah blah blah. So I don't know what's the deal with him, but I know we can just agree to disregard that person because he is not worthwhile talking about.
Yeah, that guy is a waste of skin.
Yes. So
He's
I think
really
that comes to end of our show. So is there anything that you need to address?
well. I want to thank everybody who showed up today to watch us. I want to thank Pine Nor,
Yes, I think
E.
today
Kim,
was the highest
I mean
turnout
the
we
Dream,
had. We had Brandon, we have Kim,
Brandon.
Amin, Pino. So
Yes, if you
yeah,
guys like hockey, especially if you like Kings hockey, please go and check out Hockey Royalty. Don't forget, we got to get Amin the Dream to 1,000 likes. So check him out.
subs, thousand
Subscribe.
subs.
1,000 subs, not 100.
Yes, not
We
a
need to
hundred.
get to 100. And Amin needs to get to 1,000.
Yes, whatever. When it happens, it will happen. But yes, we
Stock
need
up.
to get. I
Yep.
mean,
Look, stock is rising, bro.
yes.
Thank you
So
very much.
yes, we'll meet you again probably this week. Talk more about all these
I
things.
think
So
tomorrow night, right?
tomorrow night, most probably yes.
Same time?
Same time, I would say, but we'll keep you posted because
Okay.
with the family stuff, things always get changed.
Yep, yep.
So we are out. Have an average night.
Have an average night.